Controlling a character in a game is like controlling a person's free will to get the results you want. That's dark. How do we do this? I need a way to input the commands. A controller. Then map out the commands. Alright, before we begin, we'll need a model to see the outputs. If we code without a model, we'll never know the problems without a visible medium. The model. We could use cubes, but for my case, I'll be using a dummy model based off the character draft. This is so I get a better feel for the game while I work on it. Unreal Engine has a preset for third-person characters, so the movement and camera should already be set. Now we have the model and you can see the first problem. The final product shouldn't look like this, so let's add an animation. When you have an animation, to connect it to the character blueprint, we have to make an animation blueprint for it. Make a state machine, put the stuff in there, then set the animation blueprint that was made in the character blueprint. And we're almost done with the basic character controller, but it's missing one function: zooming in the camera. Just set the blueprint up and it should work if your variables are correct. But how do we do this with a console controller? A game that I played, Final Fantasy XIV, uses the left shoulder button to allow zooming in with the right thumbstick. I don't know why, but it feels okay. That's what I'll be using for zooming in with the controller. That's the basic character controller. Now, we move on to attacking. What mostly makes an attack is its animation, its speed, direction, and so on. Once you've made the animations, you should put them in an animation blueprint. But how do we make the character attack? Unlike the movement, which updates the animation every time you're moving, it's not as simple as updating the animation every time you press the attack button. If you put a boolean on the attack command like this, you'll stop attacking once you let go of the button. If you do it like this, you won't stop attacking until you press the button again. And this will break the animation if you press the button a lot. You have to stop the attack at the end of the animation. To do this, we'll use what's called an animation notify. These call actions in specific parts of the animation. Just put a notify at the end of the animation and it ends the attack. This is how I do a single attack. How do I do an attack combo? There was a lot of problems I went through, but this is the short of it. What I did was make 4 animation notifies. The first indicates the start of the attack. The second marks the start of when the attack can register a combo. The third moves the animation to the next attack if you press the attack by the second notify. The last notify ends the attack loop altogether. There are still some problems when switching attacks, but the base of the combo attack works. Next, the side weapons are ones you don't swing around, like bows, wands, and shields. You use them by holding down the left trigger, then, if they shoot, like magic, you would press the right trigger. If you're holding a shield, you just lift it up. Grabbing. Why is there grabbing in the game? If you wanted to interact with an object without attacking it, you grab it. I'll have it so that you can grab weapons off the ground and switch them with your current weapon if you wanted. Picking up items is usually the same button as interact, but I put it with the grab button so talking to NPCs with pickups around won't be so annoying. Moving on to crouching. I might make puzzles that involve crouching. If I don't, it's still cool to have a command that halves your hitbox. The last thing I did for the base controller so far was adding emotes. It's literally, press the button, you do the animation. If the animation loops, press it again to end the animation. Sitting will be in the game. They'll probably restore stamina or something. That's all the things I did for the base character controller. I didn't do the dodge jump button yet because when I make the dodge, I might deal with root motion, which from what I know doesn't register well with multiplayer. And for jumping, I would have to adjust the world to compensate you jumping to places, so I'll deal with that later on. And for the HUD and menus, that's user interface. That's a different video. Well, That's it.